Well, eventually, those who are making the major decisions about police, education, all of those institutional things that we are moved by today, those need the kind of reformation that transfers peace and justice and equality to all people. And when a police officer happens to see, even at my age, Tim Black walking down the street, he is more likely to arrest me, shoot me, than he would, a Caucasian walking down the same street. Mm-hmm. The faith, the hopes, and then the plans to move it forward. See, all of my ancestors, all of my African ancestors, most blacks are mixed. American blacks are mixed. They just blame us when they find out that we got African background. The mission, all of my were dragged here. They didn't volunteer to come here, my African ancestors. Why did they go get those people? In the name of the Lord. Mm-hmm. Why did they do that to me? And that, I have to say, my ancestors said, there were those more than they brought here who had the spirituality of their faith, saying, before I be your slave, I'll be buried in my grave. But my ancestors, my African ancestors, I'm so glad the trouble don't last always. Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord, what? And then Sam Cooke and maybe your generation said a change is going to come. Mm-hmm. And if we have that faith and that feeling, that religiosity, that spirituality, then we develop plans to make this place, this world, this city, a better, fairer place for all people. That's the kind of spirit that Dr. King brought, that he didn't have to be walking in those places, but he had he was not trapped, but he caught the spirituality of Gandhi, who didn't have to do that either, trying to bring about change. So you have to, in my field, at age 96, all of you'll be that age one day. What do you want to say about the world that you'll be living in when you get to be 96? Well, many of the youngers have been nurtured early, and they don't have the competitive feeling yet of being in the world that calls for acquisition of material goods rather than the spirituality. So they are much more free. And this was true back in the early civil rights movement. But much of the leadership, the spirituality came from older people who had the spirit to transfer to the younger. And it was the younger people who did the hard work. Now, I say that with some degree of accuracy because I didn't organize, I didn't make the March on Washington, the group from Chicago come together. That were the younger people. I got the credit, but they did the work because they felt a deeper sense of responsibility and the possibility and the fact of losing than maybe people of my generation would have felt. And that's where the evolution of power and then transferring that power, which we all have the responsibility, to the political world. Because all life, as I know it, is political. When two people get together, the politics of life begins. Somebody's going to make the decision. Now, it can be a partnership or a dictatorship. And if we don't have the partnership, then those who are dictated to are going to find a way to strengthen their position. And the leadership is where that comes in.